Luis Henrique de Barros Lopes, a.k.a. DUK, is a Cape Verde international. However, he was born in Portugal, so I'm going to be calling up to the Portugal squad for Euro 2024 and attempting to win the tournament with him as my top goal scorer and potentially even the Golden Boot winner. And here is the remainder of the Portugal squad. It's pretty similar to what it is in real life. The goalkeepers are all the same. Most of the defenders are the same, except I think Inacio's maybe not in there. Likewise Guerreiro, but I've brought them both in. Midfielders all the same essentially, apart from Pedro Goncalves as a winger, Ricardo Horta back in, and Ronaldo's not there, but the main man, DUK, is.
DUK.
We've played 3 friendlies in the build-up to this tournament and they've gone pretty well. Diogo Jota and DUK on the scoresheet against Spain with a 2-1 lead, leaving Rodri crying once again. Croatia, a 1-1 draw. This was more of a rotated side. DUK didn't start, so it was 1-1. It was okay, a decent side Croatia, and DUK at the double against the Danes. That was very, very satisfying. So the only rule really for this video is that DUK must play an hour in every single game that he is capable, barring essentially injury and suspension, which I hope will not be the case. So this is the starting 11. Diogo Costa starts in goals with Joao Cancelo, Pepe, Ruben Dias and Nuno Mendes making up the back 4. Danilo Pereira starts in this game over Joao Palhinha because I think the next game up against Czech Republic might be a little bit more difficult than this one. Vitinha in there alongside him with Fernandes, Silva, Leao, the supporting cast for DUK. And then in addition to that, we've got Pedro Goncalves, Nunez, Jota, Joao Felix, Ricardo Horta and Gonçalo Ramos. DUK's best friend, they follow each other on Instagram, all to back him up if absolutely necessary, but ideally not. He also will be taking penalties ahead of Bruno Fernandes. I know. And here is the tactic. We're going to play positively out from the back with a higher tempo and overlap on those 2 wingers that will both cut inside. Work the ball into the box. We'll counter when we get the opportunity. Distribute the ball quickly to the centre backs. And just a mid-block. Press them once they get there. Tackle them harder. Trap them inside and stop those crosses. Pretty straightforward. Let's get into things and take on the Georgians. And here is how they line up. They'll all be hoping it's not raining, I'm sure. However, at Signal Iduna Park, I think that won't be the case in mid-June. Kvaradona is playing. The rest of them I'm not too certain on and very difficult to say their names, so I do apologise if there does happen to be any Georgians tuning in. In my previous Scotland video, I'd struggled to get responses from the team talks, and not going to be the case this time. In fact, no, sorry, it will be the case this time. Pepe, the only one who cares, and that's because I made him captain because Ronaldo's not in the squad. Nevertheless, we were well underway, 20 minutes in against Georgia in our opening group stage game, and so little happening, it's unbelievable. We seem to be on top, however, they have the first highlight unless we win it back. This would be a real sucker punch, a real blow. My Scotland video, the group stages were not excellent. I do think this will be a different fate, and actually, to be honest, I do think Portugal have a decent chance of doing very well in this tournament. I think they'd be disappointed not to make probably the semi-finals. Anyway, they have such a good squad. It's unbelievable right now.
That went well.
But here he is, the man himself, on the ball looking to make things happen as Rafael gets ahead of him, but he's back to Nuno Mendes. As we look to cycle things, seeing Pepe with hair is always strange, a bit like seeing Scott Brown have hair now. Just totally bizarre. And I respect the fact that they shaved it just to be a high head case, to be fair. But here he is, the experienced veteran on the ball, back out to Nuno Mendes. We seem to be working it rather nicely, very patient build-up. Down that left-hand side, searching for DUK, doesn't get there, taken down by Bernardo Silva, and Joao Cancelo from range hits the post. We hit the woodwork twice. Is that a penalty? It's not. We've been well on top. We've only hit the target once though, but we have hit the woodwork twice. As we head towards half-time, pretty dull. I'm going to tell them that I'm not happy about it. And hopefully that'll give the rocket up their arse that they need. Obrigado.
You've charmed me.
And actually, with this formation that the Georgians are playing, I'm going to tell our boys to play much wider and focus down the sides, because we can expose them if we double up with Cancelo and Mendes as well as the wingers. We might push them onto attacking duties later towards the end of the game, but we have a highlight. Diogo Costa out to Joao Cancelo, playing very, very wide, and hopefully keep... Nope, coming inside. Never mind. Danilo out to Cancelo once again, the former Man City man. Can he get the ball across for Duke? Lurking in the middle. He's there. Oh, he didn't quite challenge for it, and I don't know what's happened there. Is it a penalty? No, it's not. We'll start again. It would seem. Nuno Mendes once again. I seem to be saying his name a lot more than anyone else's so far in this video. Duke waiting in the middle, but no, it's Bernardo Silva. 1-0 we lead, and it was a very good goal, but not Duke. Not Duke. I mean, if we win the Euros without him getting top goal scorer, or we get top goal scorer and he doesn't win the Euros, then I'm okay with either of those. But ideally, both would be excellent. The wee man heading it past 6'6" odd Mamardashvili. I'm not sure about that. He's linked with Newcastle. That's all I really know. I want to see the highlights from behind the goal, actually, because we just watched the same thing twice there. So next time for this Duke goal, then we will see that. No, collected by the massive goalie. And he's taking his sweet little time about it, but boots it from his 6-yard box, rather interestingly, down Pepe's throat, and it's easy all day long for him. Oh my god, Duke, get there. Duke! Oh, it's in the back of the net. I think the goalkeeper should have done better, but Duke has his first goal of the tournament. He's already got 3 goals in friendlies in 2 appearances for the national team of the Portuguese, and there we go.
Duke.
It's sloppy at the back. He's nearly played an hour. Do I take him off? I'll maybe take him over 20 minutes to go to rest him for the next one. It was a cheeky finish. The keeper maybe should have done better, but alas, we take it. And with that, we'll make a couple of changes now that we're a little bit more comfortable looking ahead to the future games. We're going to take off Rafa Leao for Diogo Jota, and maybe Bruno Fernandes as well for Joao Felix, because we've got good players. We'd be as well using them and then resting the others when we can, because we are comfortable right now, and that is absolutely lovely. So far, we've absolutely battered them. I'm going to leave Duke on until about 10 minutes to go, I think, actually. Nuno Mendes on the ball, down the wing there. Back to Diogo Jota. That was very fun, see, wasn't it? Jota from range, a good save this time from the goalkeeper. Going to make another couple of changes. Joao Cancelo's going to come off for Nelson Semedo. And I think he's having an excellent game, but I think perhaps we take on Rafa Guerreiro as well on the other side, just because those fullbacks are better than the other ones, so we'll give them rest for the next game, because we want to play them as much football as possible. Bernardo Silva, probably the next to come off. Duke's fitness is not great, but he's a striker, he'll be fine, he'll play the next game. We'll take on Matheus Nunes for Bernardo Silva. As I say, just the quality they've got in those attacking areas, Portugal, they are a threat at this tournament. And out with Germany and France, it's probably them and Spain in the next tier for me. Possibly the Netherlands too, I'm not sure. But a victory, no man of the match performance for Duke, but a goal. And we absolutely battered them. Right now, top of the group, obviously, because I don't think the other team have played. But we'll just take that in, shall we? Excellent. Duke! At least the Portugal fans will be able to get on board with that, with CR7 out, since there'll be no Sui, there'll be plenty of duking. Elsewhere in the opening day of Group F, Turkey also won. They beat Czech Republic 3-0, which suggests we should do relatively well in this game, and with that in mind, I'm going to make a couple of changes. Nelson Semedo is going to come in for Joao Cancelo, and Inacio is going to come in for the old man Pepe. They're both a little bit tired. Likewise, Vitinha is, but we can bring in Ruben Neves, so that's alright with me. Absolutely fine with his lovely haircut. Diogo Jota also comes in for Rafa Leao, and the bench is still just incredibly strong. And a few familiar names in the Czech Republic lineup too. Vladimir Kufal, Mataj Kovar, and Thomas Souček all in there, as well as Patrick Schick. I'm sorry for reminding you, Scotland fans. I really am. It was just my buddy Duke and Ruben Neves who were at all inspired or motivated or even focused by my team talk. And there's a highlight here. Duke lost out to Thomas Souček, but Ruben Neves wins it back. My two boys combine in there, I guess, in some sort of fashion. Bernardo Silva, he's got Nelson Semedo alongside him this time. Can he find him? He doesn't go for him. Ruben Neves, back to Bernardo Silva, a lovely 1-2 and a lovely finish. Inside 10 minutes, we are 1-0 up, and it's going to be a race between Duke and Bernardo Silva, I feel like, for our golden boot anyway, but let's enjoy that as well once again. I mean, it was a lovely 1-2 between the two of them, and maybe I should start Ruben Neves in the next game against Turkey after that sort of thing, and winning the ball back after Duke lost it as well. But what a finish from Bernardo Silva. He is just absolutely brilliant, isn't he? It's annoying, really. And another highlight for us, Nelson Semedo's cross is blocked after he got the ball back from Palhinha following a throw-in, but they're dilly-dallying and Nelson Semedo nearly got there. Instead, Ruben Diaz wipes it up. Ruben Diaz and Pepe could be a perfect combination. I know they're not both playing in this game, but they did in the last, and the combination of Ruben Diaz and like his class and technique, and then Pepe's just no-nonsense tomfoolery and aggression is the perfect combination. We were 2-0 up. Bruno Fernandes this time getting on in the act with a header. Duke was lurking around, but maybe saving himself for later on in the tournament. His presence, I think, caused enough trouble there, so it's like sort of a secondary assist, I feel like, and Bruno Fernandes headed it home. Little further doing in the first half despite our 2 goals. Maybe we'll add a third on the stroke of half time then. I'd probably take off Bernardo Silva at that point just simply because he's tired and we want to keep him fresh for future games. But here he is. He finds Diogo Jota. Duke is in the middle and they find him and he heads over. A very, very good first half though. Probably could have a goal or so more. A goal or so, that doesn't make sense. A goal more, but I'm sure we'll add in the second half, given Turkey beat them 3-0 and we're avenging David Marshall in this. But all the boys are delighted and the second half is now underway. And an early highlight in the second half as well. I didn't take off Bernardo Silva. I think I'll give him till about the hour mark. But here's Ruben Neves. Bruno Fernandes from range hits the post. We've hit the woodwork 3 times. We hit the woodwork loads in the Scotland video, which, by the way, if you didn't watch, go back and watch it once you finish this one. It'll be on the end screen, and we've gone close again. We actually faced Portugal in that video, which is rather interesting. Bruno Fernandes over the ball and out to... Why? I need to change that so Duke's in the box for corners, because for a smaller man, he's very good in the air. We've just won the ball back in our own half as we look to add a third goal. Duke combining with Bernardo Silva, back to Joao Palhinha. Some lovely one-touch passing play. Bernardo Silva's just so bloody good, isn't he? How do Portugal fit all these good attacking midfielders into their teams? Maybe start Rafa Leao through the middle, and then you've still got Joao Felix and Jota probably on the bench. Oh no, I suppose you don't start him through the middle because they'll actually play Ronaldo. So, I don't know. It's a real problem, but we've got Duke and that's making things even more difficult, one would argue. As we are very patient in our build-up here, which I quite like. Here's Ruben Diaz. I'd maybe rest him in the next game if we go on to win this rather comfortably, unless it's sort of straight shootout between us and Turkey for who wins the group, and the ball's in the back of the net.
Duke.
The referee thinks it's offside. However, I don't think it is, and I think Duke's got his second goal of the tournament and his 5th for Portugal, that would be now. He does indeed. The ball went through Bruno Fernandes after he got challenged, but nobody took the ball. Diogo Jota, excellent ball the outside of his foot, and how are they even thinking that's offside? Duke couldn't miss. And with that, as we approach the hour mark, we're going to take off Bernardo Silva, as I mentioned. We're actually going to put on Pedro Goncalves. What foot is he? He's right-footed, because he plays... I'm just going to leave the role as it is. Also probably take off Bruno Fernandes, give him some rest when we've got Joao Felix as well. And that'll do for now. We'll make another couple changes in 10 minutes, providing we are still nice and cushy. Which we might be even more nice and cushy, as a highlight as soon as I stop speaking. That's one of the most annoying things about recording gameplay on Football Manager, but nevertheless, it just makes for a little bit of a messy edit or a shoddy video, because you look stupid because you stop speaking and then half a second later you've got to start again. But here's Pedro Goncalves anyway. Regardless, we nearly scored, and Duke nearly got the rebound there. Even guys like him and Ricardo Horta and other guys that have missed out. I think they're taking Francisco Conchachao to the World Cup, to the Euros, which if any OGs are watching this, you'll know exactly who he is, as they've now hit the post. It's absolute carnage. So I'm delighted about that. At the age of 21, the Porto winger, after I invested in him for Aberdeen all those years ago, now getting to go to the Euros, and hopefully we'll get a chance as well. I'd love that. So, with 20 minutes to go, I'm actually just going to tell him to sort of keep the ball a bit more and just be less aggressive, essentially. and just save themselves for the next game, because it could be a shootout for who's top of the group between us and Turkey should they win against Georgia, which you'd expect them to. Nuno Mendes is going to come off, and likewise, so is Diogo Jota for... Yeah, I'll give Horta a run out, why not? 29 years of old, the Braga man. He is a good player. I think he scored 4 goals in 9 games or something like that for Portugal. Or he did in Football Manager anyway, so maybe that's a bit different. But we're fine. We're absolutely fine. Still got another change. I don't really know what I'll do with the other change, to be honest. Maybe take off one of the central midfielders because they've both been very good, or maybe Duke just give him a little bit of rest ahead of the Turkey game. So I'd like to start, but I will start him again there, and I'd like to play him more than an hour to give him more chance of a goal. It'd be annoying if he went off though, and then we won a penalty and I missed a chance at a layup. Oh dear. They've got a goal back. Michael Kermanchik again. If there's any Czech people watching, Thomas Czerny, I'm looking at you. I apologise for the pronunciations here. I know Thomas Czerny, Petr Cech, Pavel Srnicek, Thomas Rzyski. Beyond that, we're struggling really. Patrick Schick. But with 10 minutes to go, we're going to get Goncalo Ramos, Duke's buddy, on for 10 minutes. Just give Duke a little bit of rest. We've played him 90 minutes in the previous game, 80 minutes in this one, and he'll play at least an hour in the next game against Turkey too. It's been convincing. Shame we didn't add more in the second half, given our dominance, really. If they score now, though, I will be squeaking. I will be squeaking, and it won't be my voice that's doing so. But Hollis into Thomas Souček, into the goal scorer, and he's found Kushta. They're playing 2 up front. I don't think we know how to deal with it, and oh Christ.
Shite!
Right, the piggin tactics are going in. There's 5 minutes added on. I've actually been prepared and sort of made this. Is Joao Felix going to have to play in centre mid? Yeah, he is. Good luck to him, is what I say. We'll tell him to waste time. This is sort of to counter-attack, so I do need to change it, so it's not really that convincing by me. I should have just changed the formation of the other one and it would have been less bother, really. But there we are. Let's just see this out. Nothing stupid at all towards the end, and that's okay. Credit to Czechia. They made a fist of that in the end, but our quality shone through and it was enough to see us over the line. Let's quickly see what the Turkey result's going to be. As I say, they face off against Georgia later in the day, and hopefully a draw. That would be nice, to be fair. Oh, but hold on.
A few moments later.
Georgia have won. Done us a favour there, really. So we are as good as through at top of the group, you would think. Where are we? What group are we in? Group F. Yeah, we're as good as through at the top of the group. So that's nice, unless Turkey beat us. Unlikely. Should have said that.
I should not have said that.
We're not going to rest on our laurels too much in this game, but there is a couple further changes. Joao Cancelo comes in for Nelson Semedo. Pepe, I think if he gets a yellow card in this game, then he would be suspended. So we're actually just not going to play him. We're not going to play him in this one. Inacio and Diaz will stick together. Danilo Pereira comes back in. Joao Felix comes in for Bernardo Silva because he's tired, but we can bring Bernardo off the bench if absolutely necessary. Leao comes back in for Diogo Jota. And of course, the main man, Luis Henriques de Barros Lopes, keeps his spot. And of course, Turkey are no mugs. Met Mulder in there, Demiral, Çalhanoğlu, Cengiz Under. They're a good side. They are a good side, and they will probably be going through at least as one of the best third place sides. Nobody cares about this apparently, but Bruno Fernandes just aggressive, taking on the Pepe role, I guess. Now, little to nothing has happened in this first half. It suits us if we go through as top of the group with 7 points. However, I'd like Duke to get a goal so I can take him off. I think I'm just going to play him an hour because he is pretty tired, and maybe this is the chance. Danilo Pereira heads over. Elsewhere, Czech Republic potentially going to sneak through as the best third place team with 3 points. Mark Mulder in the box. Nope, Diogo Costa collects it. Not that Costa, Diogo. It's Diogo, not Diego. There's the difference. He's taking a sweet time about it though, as he rolls it out to Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz forward to Joao Cancelo. A goal here for Duke would be perfect, and then I could take him off as he just keeps ticking over, keeping that confidence going. Ruben Neves out to Rafa Leao, who will take on his man, you would feel like, and probably burn by him. Perhaps not, he's letting him get in front. But the ball in is good. Duke. Oh, hits the bar with an excellent header. I told you he was good in the air for a wee man. Unlucky. still time for another chance till before that hour mark before I take him off. Alas, no chances, but he's still got a bit in the legs, so until he goes to what Bruno Fernandes is on, I'm actually going to leave him on. But at this point, I'm going to take on Matheus Nunes for Bruno Fernandes just to rest him for the next game. A corner though, Ruben Neves over it. I was about to make changes for my fullbacks. We've hit the post, Danilo that time. Deary me, a chance to get the ball back over though. Matheus Nunes, back out to Danilo. Strike it, son. Oh, he's fucking leathered it. Blimey. Oh, blimey. Now we will take on Nelson Semedo, however, and Rafael Guerreiro. If Semedo gets booked, then he will be suspended, but I won't play him in the next game anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much as things get a little bit more serious. And DUK is now at that level, so after this chance, I'm going to sacrifice him, take him off, and we'll get him a little bit of rest towards the knockout stages of the Euros. Matheus Nunes leathers it in. And with that, Gonçalo Ramos is going to come on and get a chance, and Ruben Neves tired as well, so we will bring back on Vitinha. And let's enjoy that goal again. He's got a foot like a traction engine there. Blimey O'Reilly.
Shit! Did you see that? He must have a foot like a traction engine.
But perhaps Turkey come back at us here. Nope, Ruben Neves steps in, but they still have the ball. Not much cover on this left-hand side. Danilo with an excellent challenge. Please go out. Not enough to see it out. Hakan Çalhanoğlu, delivery in, and at the back post, Bans Alper Yilmaz. He beat Rafael Guerreiro in the air. That's no surprise. He's 5'7". But he got there at the rebound. It was a good save initially, just not able to react was Diogo Costa. Unfortunately, it's just a shame Danilo's tackle didn't go out the park, but Çalhanoğlu did very well, and it was a great delivery, and as you can see, just towers over. Oh, it hit the post, actually, and then he tapped home. Well, no, he leathered home the rebound when he really didn't need to, but I respect that sort of passion, and I'd expect nothing else. Into added time though, it's still Czech Republic in third place, and we are still top, and having rested a few of our key players or taken them off throughout the game, I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that, and we should get a nice reward in the next round too. So, qualifying's a great achievement. Well done, lads, they're quite happy. We were rewarded with a game against Denmark in the second round, the team that we also beat in the build-up to this tournament thanks to a marvellous DUK double. Elsewhere, Germany were drawn against Serbia, having won already 2-1. Spain unfortunately knocked Scotland out, winning 3-1 after I think Scotland finished second in their group. Italy have knocked out Switzerland. England face Romania. Of course, they get that draw. Slovakia versus Austria. Portugal, Denmark, as mentioned. Belgium, Croatia, which would be a very good game. And France versus Turkey. And DUK he's doing okay. He's doing okay in terms of the goal scoring. Oh, I don't know where it is here. Player detailed. Goals. Where the hell's goals? He's behind a few of them. But 2 goals. The next was only 4. Alvaro Morata and Mitrovic, who have both already played their second round game. It's a decent chance of this happening, you know. So, a few changes ahead of the game against Denmark. Cancelo keeps his place despite being tired. Pepe comes back in, and that yellow card hasn't been wiped yet. I don't know when it is. It's maybe after this round once against the quarterfinals. João Mendes isn't a player. João Palhinha, is back in the midfield along with Bernardo Silva up ahead of him and Diogo Jota on the opposite wing. DUK, of course, still starting. Now let's have a look at the Denmark team. It's very familiar. A lot of players playing in the top leagues across Europe. Simon Kjær, Christiansen, Vestergaard, Højbjerg, Thomas Delaney has been around a while, Skov Olsen, Christian Eriksen and Martin Braithwaite complete the lineup with decent options off the bench too. My microphone for this game against Denmark then proceeded to have a mysterious error, and the sound just didn't come through on the recording. But we went 1-0 up against the Danes nonetheless, who we previously faced in the friendly. Then they equalised. Skov Olsen was wide open on the edge of the box, nobody near him, and he had plenty of time to pick his spot past Diogo Costa. The game then went to penalties all the way through extra time. Denmark missed their first good save from Diogo Costa. Then we missed our first. Bruno Fernandes, a good save from Ronaldo, if that's how you say his name. Denmark up next. Simon Kjær also had his penalty saved, as you can see. A great save from Diogo Costa. Up next was Ricardo Horta. The experienced man put past the Danish goalkeeper to put us 1-0 up. Damsgaard up next. He scored, sending Diogo Costa the other way. Rafa Guerreiro up next. He put the Danish goalkeeper the other way this time. Christensen also scored past Diogo Costa. And then Rafa Leao was up next. He scored, and I believe that was us winning it. It was. Yes, sorry about that. The mic was also not fixed for the start of the next game, but will be for the actual gameplay. Here's the lineups for both teams. Take it in, you got it. Thank you. Like and subscribe for my troubles, please. Carry on. And David Alaba on the ball for Austria early on. Gregorish. Oh my god, what a delightful little finish that was. It has to be said. It's a shame it's against us. It's a shame there's nobody behind the goal to see it, because they'd have had an excellent view of it. But let's have it anyway. Oh, why? First the mic issues, now this. Is it all coming crashing down? Diogo Costa off his line. Great finish from Gregorish to finish that. It has to be said. That's it? I don't know. I've said it now. Terrible from us, however.
You're goddamn right.
We could go back at them here though. Diogo Jota, giving it away. Are my players all too tired? Did I not rotate them enough? Oh no, why have I done this? I think I've maybe not rotated enough throughout the tournament. Florian Kainz. Oh, Nuno Mendes. Gregorish maybe going to get there, doesn't. Thankfully the ball rolls straight through to Diogo Costa, who collects, and hopefully we go again. Ignacio out to Nuno Mendes, down the line to Jota, as we've got bodies waiting in the middle, mainly DUK, if we can get the ball across. Bernardo Silva as well at the far post. Bruno Fernandes back to Nuno Mendes, he's got a decent ball on him. Oh, we've equalised. Excellent. Panic over Bernardo Silva. It's not looking good for DUK being top goal scorer at this tournament, but we're back on in our hopes to win the tournament. Bruno Fernandes did really, really well down that left-hand side and gave it back to Nuno Mendes, who delivered an excellent ball towards the back post and a second header of the tournament, and a great header as well from Silva. Second headed goal, I should maybe say. I presume he's done more headers at the tournament than just those two, but he is small, so you never know. Maybe it's just that. If he's taken 2 headers and scored 2 headers, then I'd be very happy. It's rather even. We're dominating the ball, but creating chances wise, it's been exactly the same, and it's the same on the score sheet. So I'm not happy, and I will let them know that. They're fired up, they're responding. Let's see. I'll maybe make a couple changes early on if it's not going our way, but Danilo Pereira on the ball finds Bruno Fernandes, who's been pulling the strings a little bit in this game. And Diogo Jota back to Bruno. Give it to DUK. Square it to DUK. Square it to DUK, you greedy pig. And following my outrage, time for a couple of changes. He's actually not been running the game. He's not been playing that well. Now there's Diogo Jota. DUK's tired. Oh, Christ above. We're going to bring on Joao Felix in behind. I feel like that's good. Rafa Leao perhaps for Diogo Jota, considering he's not been playing well and the fullbacks are knackered. A lot to think about here. A lot to think about. But that's tournament football. And now we're gone. Still even. Edging things perhaps slightly now in the game, and hopefully our quality will shine through, but as of yet, not the case. That being said, Posh on the ball. They've got the whole of Peterborough playing for them, that's not allowed. DUK, it's a raking pass for Bernardo Silva. It doesn't quite get there, and it's collected by the experienced David Alaba. I really need to take Joao Cancelo off because he is knackered. He's absolutely pooped. And oh no, Gregorish is in behind once again. He's already shown us what he can do, and he hits the post with that one. A couple of changes are necessary, I think. We are looking leggy out there. I'm reluctant to take off Nuno Mendes because he's played so well for us today, and for that reason I'm not going to do it just yet. Joao Cancelo though can barely move at this stage, and likewise Bernardo Silva. Our whole right hand side is really, really bad, so Goncalves comes on as well. DUK maybe going to come off because he's looking rather tired, and we might bring on Goncalo Ramos. Not extra time and penalties again, please. We can just peg our way through the tournament, however. I don't know. Goncalo Ramos, on you come, son. DUK is pooped, and he's putting a good shift. Perhaps if he got the ball squared to him as well, he would have another goal to his name, but alas, not yet. And it's looking towards... oh no, I'd rather extra time than this. I really would. Might be heading into extra time with 10 men if we don't get anyone else sent off, that is. Just surprised it's not Pepe. In fact, he's not playing, so I would be really surprised if that was the case. I don't know what to do here. Having already made all of our subs, we can't take on another centre mid, so in a bid to not get completely overran, I'm going to bring the wingers on to support. I'm dropping Joao Felix into a role that he's not comfortable with, but I think he can do given his attributes. Vitinha on a defend role, and the fullbacks only as fullbacks, not as wingers. I think we, not as wingbacks rather. I think we just look to keep the ball and get to extra time now, to be honest, because I don't like this. I don't know. I'm not happy. I think we could be meeting our fate here. But we'll find out one way or another. Here's Vober into Gregorich after the free kick, and Sabitzer with plenty time and space. Oh my goodness, what an effort that was. Over the bar though, thankfully. And as we head towards extra time, I'm a little bit worried. I'm very worried.
Oh, I'm fucking shitting myself.
We do, however, now have an extra substitution. Leao's knackered, isn't he? And not playing excellently either. I think I'm actually going to have to take him off for a real centre mid, and that being Ruben Neves, I think, who I'm keeping the same role. Come on, we're rolling with it. We're going for it. We have to go on and win it. Rafa Leao off, Ruben Neves on. Oh! Uh-oh, Denmark, Austria, corner. Christ above. If we go out to Austria, I'm going to be very, very disappointed. Very disappointed. But we've not been helped by Danilo Pereira, who you could argue hasn't been helped by me telling him to get stuck in through the whole tournament. And how's our man on the line not stopped that? I don't know. A highlight right after the goal, though. Perhaps we can hit back at them. I would hope so. Or maybe they're going to make it too. And I've slagged off Arnautovic, and he's on now. Goncalo Ramos is doing everything in there. But not keeping the ball. Back to Diogo Costa. Relax. Calm. Ruben. Calm. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Christ. Why has he done that then? Surprise there is that Joao Felix actually won the header. Not the surprise that he gave it away from it, because what the fuck do you expect him to do with that kind of ball when they could have played it out to the left back? They're all knackered. They all absolutely pooped. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't like it. Anyway, put it that way. Posh on the ball as they will look to pile on the misery. Kaladzic. Okay, right, we're changing it again, which might not help things, but we're going to look to counter-attack, basically, directly. Hit them on the break, hope for the best. Come on, you Reds. Not the Austrians, though. Oh, Christ. A highlight right after kick-off in the start of the second half of extra time. Kaladzic again on the ball, and Junior Adamu cross-blocked, or shot-blocked rather, back to Xavier, and he's shot wide. Oh, Christ. Right, 10 minutes to go in added time. Extra time, rather. The boys are going forward. The wing-backs are going forward. Hope for the best. Leave them back there to sort it out. And we'll see how it goes. Actually, deep line playmaker as well. So, this is fun, isn't it? I mean, I can't see this going well. But you never know, do you? I might need to change it from custom counter-attack, but they're just piling on the pressure, really. Despite the possession stats, actually, so maybe they're not. We're going to go on attacking. Never mind all this nonsense. We've got to go for broke. We're going to lose by more or less. Play them all offside. Step up more. Play them offside. Prevent the goalkeeper distribution. Work the ball into the box. And just press the shit out of them is essentially what I'm going to say here. Dispute to flanks, throw it long because there should be bodies out there, and get at them quickly and hope for the best. Portugal, come on, Portugal. Oh, Christ. How? Because we got our man sent off. We've fallen short there. We've fallen short of all targets. So I'm not going to do that press conference. Thanks very much. What's the Portugal problems? Shut up. How about that? That's your problem, isn't it? Duke did all right. 6 caps, 3 goals. Now worth 4 to 12 million, which, by the way, was not the case when he started. Worth 800,000 to 1.8 million. So you're welcome, Aberdeen, for that. However, we're ultimately out of the tournament, and it's not gone well. So I'll see who's won it. and then I'll let you know.